back with part 3 of our series, What Makes a Great 8-inch Monster Action Figure? What are the requirements? What does the figure have to possess for you if you were going to build the perfect 8-inch monster figure? And I guess what we've been trying to cover over the last 2 series, part 1 and part 2, we're just trying to find out through our subscribers, our viewership, and all the collectors, all the fans of these great monsters, these monster movies and TV shows. What makes a great monster figure? And has a lot of these toy companies got it right? Or is there more of a thinking process needed? Maybe more originality from these toy companies. But we want to cover all of that today. And I'll start you off with one of my favorites. My Friday the 13th NECA Part 3 Pamela Voorhees. It's a fantastic figure. I mean, it comes with everything. I use this particular figure as a guideline, especially on videos like this or topics of discussion like this, because this figure, for the most part, has it all. So I like to reference to this figure because I think NECA did a fantastic job with it. Everything from the head sculpt to the outfit, you name it. And this character only appeared in this movie in Friday the 13th Part 3 for a matter of minutes. But it's still one of the scariest scenes of the movie. And NECA continues to find ways to bring these larger-than-life horror icons off the screen and into 8-inch action figure form. And I think this is a perfect example of NECA's just dominance right now in the 8-inch action figure toy community landscape. The detail, these figures, and we've discussed this before, you're not going to get these figures for cheap. That's just, it's not going to happen. Mego is doing their thing. They have a great lineup of Wave 8 monsters. Our Wave 8 shipment is coming, guys. Be patient with us. I was talking to a few subscribers the other day. We're definitely getting our Wave 8 figures. It's taking longer than I thought. I kind of messed things up with ordering them. So it's taking a little bit longer. That's my fault, guys. I apologize. But we're going to get those figures out to you. But those are the cheap figures. NECA is on a whole nother level. You're going to pay for what you get. And quality, detail, you name it. NECA has all of that. I'm going to find somewhere to sit this down because I don't want to. We want to keep this moving. We don't want to leave Figures Toy Company out. We're looking at our Charlie the robot, the Funland robot. Scary? No. Not at all. But is Charlie the Funland robot considered a monster? Absolutely. You know, as a kid watching Saturday morning, eating my cereal, and watching Scooby-Doo, Charlie the Funland robot, that particular episode was one of my favorites from the Scooby-Doo series. And a lot of it had to do with Charlie the Funland robot. I just thought he was cool. And Figures Toy Company did a fantastic job in designing Charlie the Funland robot. This head sculpt is dead on. Dead on. This is a beautiful figure. We have more Scooby-Doo figures. Charlie was the one that I wanted to kind of use as a point of reference to this video, though, because he is my favorite out of all of my Scooby-Doo monsters. I'm ordering more, by the way, as well from Figures Toy Company. But another level of quality. And here's the thing that, Figures Toy Company, their action figures are expensive. This Charlie the Funland robot was not cheap. He was well over $30, closer to $40 with shipping and handling. But he checks all the boxes for what a great monster should have. And I know somebody said, well, he's a robot. No, technically, he fits into the monster realm, if you will, the monster genre. But don't let me tell you, that's what I think. We want to hear from you guys. Is Charlie the Funland robot considered a monster? Leave your comments right underneath this video in the comment section. Let's get the chatter started about Charlie the Funland robot. And do you have this guy? Because he is one of my favorites. But I think they got him right with everything from head sculpt, outfit, you name it. They did a fantastic job on Charlie. We're going to keep it moving right along because we got a big show today. And we don't want to miss anything. Here is another character from our Doctor Who series. We have more creatures and characters from the Doctor Who series that really pushes the boundaries of what a monster is. We're looking at Sutekh. And you're talking about a being that's extremely, extremely powerful. And he's one of my favorite villains from the Doctor Who series. And I do consider Sutekh a monster. Without his beautiful headdress gear here, he looks like one of those Egyptian creatures. If you've seen this episode, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. But he's very monstrous looking, very horrific, terrifying. Actually, this mask does him justice. But Sutekh checks all of the boxes, in my opinion, as what a great monster should be in 8-inch action figure form. Everything from his extremely, extremely elaborate outfit, there's his red hands, to his beautiful, just stunning head sculpt. This is a Biff Bang Pow, product. And they did a great job with this particular. He's a little dusty. I need to dust him off while I got him off. But Sutek's another one. Beautiful. Here's the robot question again. Looking at our Cyber Leader. Our Entertainment Earth Comic Con exclusive. The Cyber Leader from the Cyberman. Is this considered a monster? I consider the Cyber Leader a monster. I was scared as a kid watching Doctor Who. I just didn't want Doctor Who and his companion Sarah to get caught by these guys. The Doctor wasn't afraid of them. I was. But I thought there was something very scary about these robotic creatures. Biff Bang Pow did a fantastic job on his head sculpt. The Cyber Leader checks all the boxes. He's a fun fun 8-inch action figure. The playability value on this figure is just off the charts. This is the figure I would have loved to have as a kid. Now, they made a Cyberman figure for the Doctor Who series. Mego did, I believe, back in the 1970s. Or it was somewhere maybe the early 1980s, somewhere around there. But this one right here really is fantastic. It's just really I consider all these figures a piece of art now, but the head sculpt, everything beautifully done, because you're trying to shrink everything down into 8-inch action figure form. These are not a 1/6 scale figures, not 12 inches, not 14 inches tall. These guys are 8 inches tall. Small in comparisons to, you know, to their big brothers, and yet they possess so much detail, high quality detail. Just fantastic. And we talked a little bit about this guy, the other Frankensteins. Mego put out a glow-in-the-dark Frankenstein. And you know what? This guy sold pretty well. He sold pretty well. I think there's the shackles of chains on him. I think they got this one right as well. They didn't go wrong with any of their Frankenstein figures. Mego did a great job with all their Frankenstein figures, from the earlier versions to this one. You can't go wrong with the glow-in-the-dark aspect. It's just a great gimmick that was super popular back in the 1970s. I remember I used to open up our cereal boxes, and the prize would be a glow-in-the-dark monster head of Dracula, Frankenstein, the mummy, the werewolf. They are glow-in-the-dark. And I thought that was so cool. It's just a fun, timeless gimmick that never seems to get old. And Mego resurrected that gimmick and put it into their action figures. And this is just a beautiful figure right here. If I like a figure enough, I have multiples. So I got multiples of this gentleman, as I'm sure you guys do too. What's your favorite Frankenstein out of all three? The green one, the bare-chested one, or the glow-in-the-dark one? We want to hear your thoughts on that. Leave a comment, guys, right in the comment section. You're going to keep it moving right along. Here's another fantastic job by NECA. But does this set equate to monsters? I'm going to say yes, because it's from a monster movie, a horror movie, albeit considered the weaker of the Halloween franchise movies. But this movie has really come to grow on me over the years. So it's become one of my favorites, actually. We all know this one. Was this Halloween 3? The kids watch the TV sets. They have their mask on, and the mask, something is activated inside the mask, and it essentially it's killing kids. And yet the snakes and all the bugs and stuff come out just by watching this particular programming that a large corporation that wants to take over the world has tapped into technology-wise. I remember that TV set. But NECA did a fantastic job on these figures. The head sculpts. These are not 8-inch action figures. They're more like 6 inches tall, because they're kids. But I had to include these guys, or I've been ran out of town, because I have a lot of Halloween 3 fans and fanatics that's been asking to see this, to see this set again up close. But it's a good point of reference because you're talking about multiple of everything. Head sculpts, you got extra head sculpts, extra pairs of hands. Behind the witch here, they have trick-or-treat bags, and a really cool trick-or-treat bag, a plastic one back there. You can't see it. But this set, 3-pack set, comes with so much, and it's a very desirable set. I've seen these sets now at Target. So if you haven't got these sets, go run out there and grab them by all means. But I think this, once again, this particular set is what I'm talking about as far as 8-inch action figure monsters, or in these kids' cases, this set is maybe 6-inch action figures. They check all the boxes. Beautiful outfits, beautiful head sculpts, extra accessories, extra head sculpts, you name it. You got a TV set in there. Just fantastic. There's a hat. And I can't say enough about these head sculpts. I can't. NECA is just killing it. No pun intended. I don't think these guys found that very funny. But we're moving on, guys. Then we come to a fun classic of mine, Twilight Zone. Were these monsters, were these considered more alien? We can have that conversation. But Biff Bang Pow has done a fantastic job at creating these beautiful Mego-like 8-inch action figures that, once again, for me, checks all the boxes. And they did it in a way where, the Twilight Zone was shot in black and white, not color. These from the late 50s, early 60s, these TV shows, series. So that's why you got all these grays and dark grays and blacks to kind of give that appearance that you're watching a black and white television. But this figure checks all the boxes for me. His outfit, the head sculpt, everything is beautiful. The texture of this outfit's fantastic. Beautifully done. That's our Cyclops, by the way. If you don't have this figure, guys, get this figure right here. He's absolutely beautiful. I got this one from Entertainment Earth. It's a fun figure, and we talked about that in part 2 of our series of monsters. What makes a great monster action figure? The fun value. To see this figure in the store, it jumps off the shelf and into your shopping cart. It really does. So we'll move on. I would give that a scale of 1 to 10. 10 being the best. This is a perfect 10 for me. Design, everything, likeness, you name it. It has it all. And speaking of likeness and having it all, here's another one that literally the alien. I believe this was shot from the episode The Incredible Mr. Bigsby. This is about a guy that would tell these tall tales to his friends at the his local store until he was abducted by real life aliens. And this is the alien that took Mr. Bigsby in their flying saucer spaceship. They took him because they thought that he knew everything, which he promoted himself as such, a real know-it-all. And it's really cool how he got away from these guys in the end just by whistling on his harmonica. But the head sculpt, Biff Bang Pow did a fantastic job. It looks just like the character from the Twilight Zone episode, TV episode. This is another figure that checks all the boxes. This guy is not cheap. Now he's not. I'm sure back when he first came out, he was. Got kind of expensive now to find these guys. I think I got this guy off of Entertainment Earth as well. Check their website out too. They have a ton of stuff, guys. What do you think of our alien? Do you have this guy? From a scale to 1 to 10, 10 being the best, 1 being the worst, what would you give this guy? Likeness, head sculpt, accessories, clothing, articulation. You know, he's more in the Mego type figure form. So give him a grade, guys. I would like to see what you give him. Sticking on that same vein of aliens, this is the Master. Actually a Time Lord from the Doctor Who series. Another one of my favorites. When I saw this guy, I absolutely had to have him. The head sculpt was the selling point of this action figure, this 8-inch action figure. Is he a monster? He looks very monstrous-like. So I have to put him in the monster category. What do you guys think? But he has all of it. He has everything to me. He checks all the boxes. He's a Entertainment Earth Comic Con exclusive. Beautiful outfit. He looks just like his counterpart from the episode that he played in Doctor Who. Very grotesque, hideous, if you will, but beautiful for all the right reasons. Guys, I love my monsters. Like I said, I could do this all day. Another beautiful one. And I think he checks all the boxes for me. Another beautiful glow-in-the-dark figure by Mego Corp. Mego Corp, they gave us 2 or 3 glow-in-the-dark figures. A lot of people call this the Disco Dracula because of the very feathery, blousy shirt, the purple lined cape, cool head sculpt, card art, pretty decent. He's got his glass of blood there, glow-in-the-dark features there. This figure, scale of 1 to 10, I give him about a 7 though. I give about a 7. There's some things about it I just, I think this figure really kind of lacked creativity. It's as if they, Mego was trying to kind of hurry him along, but I still respect the fact that they were able to put this figure together, especially if they were in a time crunch and to kind of get him out. I heard stories of that. I don't know if the stories are true, but I heard that's what I heard. So still being able to put something like this together, a figure like this together, was pretty cool. One more. Let's look at our Freddy Mego figure. A fun figure. I think that they got Mego did a fantastic job on this figure. Now we're going to look at NECA's version of Freddy. We saw one Freddy Krueger NECA figure that I showed you, the New Nightmare figure from the movie. We'll show you another one. But I think Mego did a fantastic job. They have a variant, one with a green glove, and this is the one with the brown glove. The brown glove came second. But once again, it checks all the boxes. I mean, what do you want your Freddy figure to look like? And the answer is probably this. Beautiful clothing, beautiful head sculpt. Where's his hat? There's his hat. There's the iconic glove with the talons on it, razor sharp. So this Freddy checked all the boxes for me. I give him a 10 out of 10. because it's a good monster figure. It's a legitimate good monster figure. Not okay, not decent, very good. And on the price scale, I mean, this guy's only $14. He's not expensive like the NECA figure I'm about to show you, or both of the NECA Freddy figures. Well over $30. He was $14, and that's not bad at all. Not bad at all. I'm knocking stuff over again, guys. Let's show you my other Freddy figure. A Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2, Freddy's Revenge. This is one of NECA's earlier versions of Freddy. Fantastic. There's that iconic sweater. Almost called it a shirt. And it's looked like it's really knit. There's those gloves. The gloved taloned hand. He comes with another taloned hand glove. There's his hat. He comes with the extra head sculpt. This is one of my first NECA figures that I actually had in my collection before I got hooked on NECA and then went crazy and started buying everything. But this is a fantastic figure. He's not my favorite, but I think he has so much charm to him. My New Nightmares Freddy is my favorite out of all of my Freddys, but this one is a close second. And you got a lot with this. And as a collector, we want more bang for our buck, especially if we're going to pay top dollar. You want an extra head sculpt. You want an extra hand sculpt. You know, you want the hat. You want the accessories. Boots on. Weathered pants. Sweater looks like it's been kind of tattered a little bit. But beautiful. Beautiful in every aspect. We're going to keep it moving right along, guys. Another character. I had this conversation about a week ago with a fellow collector who told me that Dr. Henry Killinger from the Venture Brothers, he considered him a monster. I'm on the fence, because really, what's your definition of a monster? You know, Hannibal Lecter, I guess, is considered a monster for different reasons. But so I guess you could say Dr. Henry Killinger is a monster, but a beautiful one nonetheless. He comes with a ton of items. His bag, umbrella, more medical equipment here. Beautiful paint application as well. There's the logo there. Love the head sculpt. Fantastic. Beautifully done. Beautifully done. He checks all the boxes, but we don't want to pressure you or to make your mind up for you in any way. Let us know what you think, guys, about Dr. Henry Killinger. Is he considered a monster? Do you consider him a monster? And what would you give him grade-wise? A, B, C, D, F? We want to hear. Leave it in the comment section right underneath this video, guys. We'll keep it moving. Let's put him back up here. I don't want to damage him. Let's go to, I believe, another one, another cool one. My Mega Death. I always use this as another point of reference. Piece sales, but who's buying? There's my, oh my goodness. And I got him in his thing here. Let's turn him around. It's my Vic Rattlehead. He is one of my favorites from all of my musical monsters. But I use him for a point of reference because of just how beautiful he is. And should the musical monster mascots be considered monsters? That's just another side conversation I wanted to have. But I wanted to use my Vic Rattlehead as a point of reference. I think he's a monster. I think he's a legitimate monster. And he makes a fantastic 8-inch action figure monster. Down. And our last but not least, and then we're going to close the show, guys. I want to use my Gorn. Beautiful Gorn figure here. Once again, can TV show creatures and aliens be considered monsters? Absolutely. Absolutely. And this is just a beautiful rendition of this character, TV character. He was the closest thing we had. And then Mego, I believe in 2018, brought out another more accurate color-wise Gorn. But to me, this is the better Gorn. This is my favorite Gorn. And this was a gift from the O'Neill brothers. So it makes it extra special to me, guys. But listen, guys, we just want to bring part 3 to you. That's our show for today. We had more fun on the way, more surprises. Stay tuned, guys. We hope you enjoy the monster series, the 3-part monster series. You know the routine, guys. God bless. Stay safe. And keep collecting.